genuine engagement on social media. So thinking about social media, you want to think about what your goals are. And some of the stuff Daniel's gonna be like, yeah, I'm the first one that said that to Katerina. So she heard that from me. And one of the things he talks about is like, are you just on social media to have a good time? Like, is that your ultimate goal? And if it is, that's, wow, sorry, but that is gonna happen because my computer picks up on my text messages. So it's fine if social media is just to have a good time, but then like you don't need to be in this class and you don't need to worry about it affecting your business because you're not trying to get leads or build relationships, right? So this is about like the same way that you might join a group of people or you might socialize with your peers. Social media is the same way. You might hope that one of those people is going to send you a deal. And it's the same thing on Facebook. It's not different than if you're hanging out with your friends. You would hope they would send you deals. So ultimately, I think in our minds, like the goals would be to build rapport, build relationships, build your reputation, and gain clients, right? Yes. Are there any other goals that I missed?
I would say like, I don't want to make it a number thing, but like connecting with as many people as possible. So like, you know how your video will say 400 views or like 1,000 views or whatever. Like
audience.
Yeah, like having views versus like reached. You know, how reached is always a butt ton more. So really getting like actual engagements. Engagements, that's the right word. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, you want like real relationships on there. You want to build an audience. You want to grow it. That's a good one. And what platforms do we want to use this on? So there's a ton of social media platforms. I really think you should utilize as many as possible, but in different ways. So for me, there's LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. And then I'm like trying to dabble in Twitter and TikTok. I'm already too old for TikTok, so I haven't figured it out yet. But if you follow like Gary Vee and some of these people who are really outspoken about social media interaction, he talks a lot about how we need to not be discounting platforms like TikTok because at one point there was MySpace, and then at another point it was Facebook, and people didn't take Facebook seriously, and then Instagram was just for kids, and now everybody's on there. So we need to be like considering all these different platforms. In my mind, you take your business material. So if you make a video, you post it on each of these platforms, but you do want to pick one that you enjoy engaging with and kind of play mostly on that platform. So for me, I play mostly on Instagram, and I think that works for me because the people that I'm more likely to connect with, my demographic is on Instagram. So my business posts are going to happen on all of those platforms. Instagram is where I'm going to do most of my playing, but Facebook's also a good one to be doing that. And I do post important stuff on Facebook, and I do post personal stuff on Facebook. It's just a little bit different than Instagram, but you kind of get a feel for that as you use it. So choose your main space to hang out and make sure that you're staying consistent there, but you do need to be kind of applying your stuff all over the place because different people in different parts of your audience are going to be in different platforms hanging out. Anyone disagree or have thoughts about that?
Kat, real quick, turn your camera up a little bit because it's, I don't know if other people screen, but it's almost cutting your eyes off a little bit.
Sorry.
No, but that's good. That's a good point. I mean, I've thought about that where I'm like, well, I'm not going to use whatever the new dance video, social media app is. What did you say it was? No, not Vine. TikTok. Yeah. But, the reality is more and more people are using it. And even if it's a younger demographic, they're eventually going to grow up and they're going to buy houses. So you gotta jump on. If you want to be an early adopter of technology, that's what you got to do. Or otherwise you can be left behind in technology. So, yeah, I mean, I'm on Facebook because that's more of my generation. It started when I was in college. And then I kind of have to force myself almost on Instagram but I know a lot of more people are on that. But it is important. It's something that you have to make a concerted effort to do, and not just passively because you enjoy doing it. But it's great points.
I have a question.
Do it.
I thought TikTok was like people like singing and making and singing along with songs.
Some of it is. Some of
it's not all that.
It's not all that, apparently.
Oh, I thought the whole thing was that. I was like, that's.
Dude, I am trying to figure it out too, but I know she's called the Date Doctor in Richmond. She's a matchmaker for like people your age, and she's on TikTok and like posts videos through TikTok, and like Gary Vanderchuk, who's this really wealthy guy, he posts on there, and like. So I have not figured it out yet. I will let you guys know when I do.
I just thought it was just like you sing along and you like.
I did too.
I have two things with that. So like with TikTok, so like Mabel's, the little restaurant I used to work for, they started doing it, and that's not like our thing, but there's like everything has to do with like, when you like, I don't know the word for it, when you like do like a gun where it's like that. So they'll do that and they'll use that to like post like a shake that like drops, or like you could do it with like a house. So you could be like a before and after if you're doing like a renovation or a new construction. You could say like before, show the blank, and then it's like some type of music. I'll show it to you, Kat, and I can show it to you guys. It's really, you would be like, this is what they're entertained by. You would seriously be like, oh my gosh. But it's really useful because then you're like, oh, it's like boom, like it drops the new product, and then you're going to be like, wow, that's really cool. That's what it looks like finished. And then my second thing, I'm not super well versed in TikTok, so don't quote me on those things. Second thing, y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, but I use Snapchat a lot because so Snapchat is awesome. It's not very formal like Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. Like it's more just like quick, and it's really for like the younger generation, but they're gonna buy houses just like Daniel said. So I will post what I'm doing. Like if I'm going to post an Instagram story, I'm going to post it on Snapchat too. And more people will respond to my Snapchat just saying like, oh, that's super pretty, or oh, that's so cool. I wish I could buy that. Then I'm like, you can, it just starts a conversation. So don't discount Snapchat either if y'all use that. And if you don't think that you have to, but it's just another way.
Snapchat people, I think, are more likely to reply to than Instagram. At least I've found. Like if I Snapchat it, like 5 people will reply back and be like, where is that? Can I see it? Where Instagram, they'll look at it, they'll think about it, but they're less likely to reply back to your story.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. And I think there are, like with each of these, there's different levels of how professional people are on them to how personal it gets. So like LinkedIn is like all the way over here on professional. And then you have like Facebook, then Instagram, then you have your Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok. So people, the more you play into that range where you're like, this isn't even a site for business, you're right, you do get more genuine engagement. It's more real life stuff. Thanks for reminding me about Snapchat. That just shows how old I am. And frequency. So the platforms that let's say you film a video for business and you post it everywhere. How often should you be doing that? Literally all the people I follow that talk about this stuff, they're like, you really can't post too often. You cannot, because there's so much content. There are so many people posting. You cannot overdo it, which means if you're posting 2 business videos a day, that's not too many. That's 14 a week. It's not too many. Like you could post all day and it wouldn't be crazy. For me, I try and set goals for myself for the week and stick to those, like a certain amount of videos. So like Ashley and I have been doing Monday market updates. That's a weekly, so that's one off the bat. I think this week I've posted 3 videos, and my goal was to get 4, so I have the rest of today to get a 4th one in, and then I'm doing a virtual open house tomorrow. Now, the important thing to notice is that is why they've created stories, which you'll see on Facebook and you'll see on Instagram, is because there's so much content out there. It tends to get a little bit lost in the mix sometimes. So stories is how you reach people on a more personal level, and you reach out in a way that's like more real. And stories, really, you want to be updating. It's almost like if your life was a reality TV show, the story would be what you're posting about. So it's always running. There's always content there. It expires after 24 hours, but someone should be able to check in and be like, what was Kat's day like? And kind of see it there. So it's not so much about like, oh, here's the magic number of frequency, but if you're not posting somewhere in some way every single day, you're failing, period. And because if you let any time go by where you haven't posted, you do lose the engagement that you were getting. So these platforms, all of them track what kind of engagement you're getting. All of them follow what's happening as you're posting and who's interacting with it. And if you stop posting and then try again, it's almost like you've reset it all over again. It's like, well, who even wants to watch her stuff? Her stuff hasn't been here for a week. So that's important to keep in mind. And we'll come back to the mindset and the discipline that takes, but I want to talk about content for a second. So I think it's really important to post about your real personal life. That's what people want to see. Honestly, like there are people who I don't know very well, who I know about their lives through social media. I kind of can't stand them because they're super annoying, but I still look at their stuff because I'm like, oh my gosh, can you see what this girl said on here? She's so ridiculous. That's very entertaining. Like it's her real life. I find her to be silly.
I can't. I know who you're talking about.
There's some of that. So it's just like, don't be afraid to post about your real personal life. That's what people want to be seeing. And then your real work life. So not salesy posts. You don't want to be posting stuff. And I know we've all seen it, like super generic posts that some corporate company obviously wrote for you, or to constantly be like, hey, do you want to buy and sell a house? Do you want to buy or sell a house? Like, no one cares to read that. No one cares to interact with it. It's not interesting. And some people on our team have done a really good job of this, posting photos or videos of interesting real estate, of real homes that you're going and seeing and what your job is like. That is interesting. And actually, a lot of people fantasize about being real estate agents. So when you share about that, that's something a lot of people might want to see, because they've always been like, I think I would be a great realtor. And they can look at what you're doing. Ben had sent me the question, which I really appreciate, like about standing out. And he's right, like there's so much content. So it's not just even about like, oh, you're cute or you're not cute. Like there are so many people on social media and so much content. People could be looking at anything at any moment. What can make you stand out and actually get real engagement? And I think all of you could probably attest to this, because you've probably seen it in your own life and your own use of social media. But the more raw you are on social media, the more genuine engagement you're going to get. So like for me, when I post a picture on my Instagram story of my pregnant belly, that's going to get more reactions than like any other post that week. And that's because that's my real life. That's my real body. That's interesting to people. And if you think about it, like think of, what do you want to see on somebody else's stuff? So like for me, if somebody's pregnant, like I want to see their belly pics. I want to see the progress there of how big they're getting. So I should be posting about that, because that's my real life. That's interesting to people. So don't hold back in terms of like, oh, people aren't interested in this, or that's like too personal. Honestly, it's not. And I wish, and maybe I'll get there someday, I wish I was braver on social media. I wish that I had the guts to like go on Instagram and talk about my hemorrhoids. I don't, and I'm not going to.
I'm laughing. Sorry, I'm laughing with you because no one's showing their face anymore. And so I'm like, I feel bad, like no one's laughing with
I'm
you.
glad I can see Ashley's screen. She cares.
I'm laughing. I'm just also eating. So figured y'all don't need to see me stuff my face.
No, we love watching people eat. That's interesting to us.
Yeah. Also very, very.
Katerina is creating a child, so she might say like, "Okay, I want to eat what you're eating."
Yeah, this is true.
There's frequent eating that happens over here, and that's real and interesting to people. So I do think the more you're willing to get raw and get real with people, the more genuine engagement you're going to get. I really, again, like, I have been working so much on that and like trying to be super authentic and not cover up that side of things. Again, I do not have the guts yet to go on Instagram and be like, yo, I have a raging hemorrhoid. Who else deals with this problem? Like, but I know that if I did, I would get so much reaction. Like half of the people would be like, you're disgusting. I can't believe you just said that. And then half the people would be like, me, all the moms would be like, me too. What the heck? So anyway, and other people, I'm sure moms aren't the only ones that deal with that. But the lesson in that is that I do find that the more raw I get on social media, the more genuine engagement I get. So want to encourage you guys on that front. Like for Ben, I would like to see someone like Ben. He's a dude. Ben has a really cool car now that he went and got. So you could post like frequent posts about your cars. There's a lot of guys that want to follow accounts that have pretty cars on them. If you're like a car guy, you could post a lot about different kinds of cars, and you could make a point to go connect with people that own cool cars or Teslas or whatever it is.
That's a really good idea. Ben, do it. Nobody knows about a Tesla and everybody's so curious.
Yeah, like we would love to know more about Tesla.
Yes, I'm gonna get there. I just felt like with what's going on right now with people losing their job, it wasn't the best time to boast about getting a new car, but that was part of the plan of getting that car. So that's a very good idea. Thanks, Kat.
I think if you like find the balance of like not boasting, but just information. Like I'm sure, I don't know, I assume I'm sure, but like I'm really big in the Powhatan community. So I joined like all the groups in Powhatan. Like you're big into Teslas. Like I've known that since the first day I met you. So like if you're not, be a member of a bunch of Tesla groups in Richmond or like Tesla meetups. And then you can just post your stuff to them to start off and be like, hey, I'm not bragging. Like just got this, like what upgrades have y'all gotten or however that works with cars, or like where are y'all going on your nice drives since we're isolating, things like that. Like you don't have to be like, I got this super awesome Tesla, like sorry guys that are losing their jobs. But you could say you could go on this really cute neighborhood and just happen to put your Tesla in your video or happen to be sitting on the ground like in front of your Tesla or something like that. And people are going to be like, oh wait, was that a Tesla? Do you have it? And then they might ask you questions. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good thoughts. Oh, a picture of your daughter in the Tesla. She's super cute. That's adorable.
That is a good idea, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, because that combines like
Could she drive it? Maybe her playing like the race car game.
He's so cute. That's like the two most interesting things about you, right there.
Your baby can drive a Tesla. That'll be a great commercial. You can look at houses and have your 1-year-old drive your Tesla.
That's legit.
Yeah.
So that's just thoughts on that. Is like, and here's the thing: is you really don't have to have a super interesting life to have content like that. I mean, anyone who knows me super well will tell you that my life is not this amazing collage of adventure and hobbies. I literally work and take care of my family. I do nothing else. I used to travel the world and I wasn't super into social media then. And that's a shame because I really could have built like a real platform in that time of my life. But you know what? My social media following and my engagement is so much higher now with this less interesting life that I lead because I'm consistently posting on there. So just take your real life, put it out there.
Question, because that's what I like, especially now that like we're barely leaving the house.
It's never been more boring.
Like my life is so boring. And like I told Daniel, we were meeting one day and he was like, how many times are you going to post videos on Facebook? And I was like, 3 or 4 days a week. what am I posting? Like literally my life is I wake up, feed my son, play with my son, take a walk, play with the dog, eat, take care of my son, work. Like, it's like, I don't feel like there's anything interesting happening in my life, especially like on the normal. It's still not like super interesting.
But
because
that's a lie. That's a lie to
your
yourself. Dogs, for one, you just said you walk your dog. People love dogs. They like them more than they like human
I would watch
kids.
you walk your
And
dog.
two,
I would.
yeah, exactly. And then two, your kids, like what you're doing with them. And three, right now you're on a work meeting on Zoom, so
I
there's
posted
always
that,
something
Daniel.
to put out
I
there.
posted that.
There you go.
Good job.
Yeah, but
I mean, I
your life
tried,
is more interesting than you think.
but it just seems so boring. Like the other day, Lucas was being cute. So I videoed it and I posted it. And I was like, okay, here's my video. But it's just my kid. Like, I find him interesting, but I don't know that necessarily other people do.
Well, as someone who doesn't have kids,
I'm on Facebook because I want to see what's going on in people's lives. So
yeah, I agree with that. And also, like, I have super bad baby fever. That's why I forced Katerina to let me play with Kyla, because like I want to see. I'm not ready to have children yet, but like I want to see yours. You just because you don't think it, like you be like, oh, he's cute. I would be like, holy crap, he is really cute. Like I would watch that, even though it has nothing to do with real estate. I'm gonna pick your story over someone who's doing something I don't care about.
exactly. See, Ashley can say that, and I can't say it. I can't say I want to see your kids. It would just sound weird. But
not in that, yeah, not like in that sentence like that.
Yeah, sounds weird. Don't ever say that again, Dan.
They're correct, and it is really tempting to be like, yo, my life is super boring. No one wants to see this. Like, believe me, my life is not. I do not have hobbies. I do not do fun things. Like, I went to a concert a month ago as a favor because I loved this person, but I wouldn't. I'm not doing that stuff. So at all. But I'm thinking about some of the people I know who get the most engagement on social media, who like are the people that I'm always talking about what they posted. And when you think about what their lives really are, their lives are not interesting. Like one is a stay-at-home mom who does nothing. I mean, it's just not interesting. In reality, it's not. And then this other girl works like part-time at a retail establishment, lives with her parents. Like, again, not interesting. She's such a loser. But the stuff that they post is like real life stuff where you can be like either, oh, I so relate to that, or I can't believe they posted that. But like just being relatable and being you and sharing about Lucas and your dog and work, like I know that's not interesting to us. We live it every day. But there are people that want to know what it's like in your shoes, or they find it interesting that you're sharing that stuff. This couple that I'm friends with, Corey and Colleen Nichols, she has like a really incredible social media following. His is getting bigger and bigger, but they'll even post like about their fights with each other, and it is fascinating.
That's
Brad would kill me.
weird.
So interesting. Like she put like a Post-it note on their fryer in their kitchen because she gets like really pissed off when he doesn't put it away, and they both posted it on their stories and was like, that, like, there's nothing like really interesting that happened there, and yet I love seeing it, right?
Yeah.
So it is interesting. Anything during your day that's new or changes or might be interesting to you, or that just you're doing, like pretend your life is a reality TV show and people want to see it because they actually do more than you think they do. So
well, I will do it, and y'all tell me how boring my life is, but I will
do a good job. Like you've been screenshotting these meetings and stuff. Like you think virtual meeting, that is super boring. But I think people, they want to see that and be like, oh, that's interesting. So she's a realtor, but she's having meetings with her coworkers. They're virtual. Like there's content there. It is.
Okay.
And that actually leads perfectly into mindset and discipline of getting this stuff done. is that exactly, like, learn to want to share. It doesn't come naturally to me. Like, I was never super into social media. I wasn't even allowed to have a smartphone until I was like 17. So it's it's like you have to learn to want to share your life with the people around you and want to be vulnerable and want to be real. Um, and the more you practice it, the more it will come to you and the more it'll occur to you, like, I should be posting this. Don't be afraid to connect with other people. So people who like, comment, whatever, people who react to your stories, to actually like respond to them with real words. People want to connect just as much as you do. And I have seen that because I've had situations where I'm like, I'm going to message this person and we don't really know each other, but we followed each other on social media for a long time. There's like a little bit of trepidation with that because you think like, what if I reach out to this person and like they don't actually want to connect with me the same way I'm trying to connect with them? But that has not been a problem that I have found. I found that every time when I reach out to somebody, let's say like I've been following their stuff and we've been liking each other's things, maybe we met like once. There was a Blue Ridge client who Tyler project managed their house. Her house is so freaking cute. So I started following her on Instagram just because I really want to see her post photos of her house. She created a new account specifically for photos of her house. I messaged her and I was like, I'm so glad that you created this new account for your house. This is who I am. I've been following you. Your house is so pretty, blah, blah, blah. And we had like the best interaction on there. We've never met in person. But that's a way to grow your audience and grow potential clientele. And it turns out she's friends with a woman who Blue Ridge had referred to me, who we'll see if I get to help her buy a house. But all these little connections, like, feel free to reach out to people. Don't be afraid to try and go deeper with people because people do actually crave that intimacy. And right now we specifically have this opportunity where people aren't able to be around each other. They're not able to socialize in person. So even more probably now than ever, people are craving that connection. So we can create that on social media, involving others, like sharing others' things, tagging people, supporting other people in businesses by sharing their stuff. Like, that's going to get you a lot of attention, and doing it every day. So social media is like, it's an art, not a science. These algorithms are always changing. There's not just going to be one perfect solution, but you do have to be consistent. It has to be something that's so innately a part of your business, like the same way that you wouldn't decide to just stop working your business for a day. Like if there are inspections that need to be scheduled or whatever, it's the same thing with social media. Like you have to do it every day. And last thing, the boosting, that was something that Betsy did. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, now.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if you're gonna touch on the video that you just shot a couple days ago and how you got awesome engagement and a few leads from that.
Yes. So I just boosted a post for that post. So this post that Daniel posted about, it's a video of me where I'm saying, honestly, I can't think of a better time for us to sit down and have a virtual consult than right now. Like all of these people, everybody has this time. You're not allowed to go out and do fun things. Let's sit down and talk about this stuff. Let's get started. And when the market comes back around, you'll be ready. Posted that, boosted it for like $10. And a couple people who I'm actually already friends with, like we already know each other, they actually messaged me personally to ask about buying a house and immediately set up virtual buyers consultations. And I post about real estate all the time. I mean, like I said, there's only two things going on in my life, family and real estate. That's literally it. So I would have thought that I was posting enough and putting myself out there enough that they would have reached out when they decided it was time to talk about it. But they didn't. It took me putting a video out there that was like, hey, let's talk. Let's do a virtual buyer's consult, and throwing a few dollars behind it. And I guess Facebook put it in front of these people enough that they were like, I really should talk to her. Some random guy commented on it and was like, sell my townhome. And at first I thought it was going to be like, his townhome's on the market and he wants me to bring a buyer. No, he wants to talk about listing. Yeah, so you're going to be helping me with that because it's in North Chesterfield.
I saw that. But I saw that and I was going to mention, be like, you should talk about that. That was crazy. Like, I was just going through comments, just, you know how like someone will comment and be like on a Keaton and Company or a Keller Williams post and be like, I want to know more info about this, but they really don't. They're just asking to be mean and to be like, your company stinks and your price too high, whatever. But I was like, that is legitimately like a random person that you already knew, you were friends with.
That guy wasn't.
On Facebook. Oh.
Are you posting this on your real estate page or on your personal page?
Real estate page, because on your personal page, you can't throw dollars behind it. So your personal page, the videos you post on there are going to get more natural engagement. But on your business page, you can post something, you can share it onto your personal, you can tag your personal, but then you can also put dollars behind it. You can boost it. So like in the little corner, it'll be like boost post. And then you can put as little or as much as you want. Honestly, what I did with this one and what I like to be doing is put a little bit of money behind it and just see what kind of traction it gets. This one, it like went really well. I got 2 people I already know message me, this random guy comment, and I ended up having a couple phone conversations with him, and I'm going to call him when he gets back from this like boating thing in a week. Oh, excuse me.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you posted this video, I didn't see it. Is it literally of you having a buyer consultation with a buyer?
No, it's literally my face, and I'm going, hey, let's do a buyer's consultation. I can't think of a better time.
Oh, she's like sitting in a chair in her living room or wherever it is. Like,
I watch it. Can we copy it?
Of course. Please.
Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, not that I don't know what to say, but I don't know what to say. Like, I'm literally like, I don't know what to say to these people.
No, literally copy Katerina. She's like great. That's what I did is I literally like, I'm not confident at all in my videos, and I obviously look better than I do right now. But like, I write a script, like I'll write out, okay, these are the topics I want to talk about, and then I'll forget them as soon as I start. So I just start talking like a normal person, and more people I feel like will engage with you if you hit on your topics and just say, this is why I'm on here to tell you this. Call me or text me or message me. Have a good day. Like literally that's it. You don't have to have, even if you don't have any content, like literally just post and be like, I'm here. This is what I'm doing today. Call me. And then if you're like thinking, oh, well, you know, I have this really good idea for a video today, but I still look like this. Once I take a shower and fix my face, I'm going to post it. But it's literally just about other agents who are emailing me properties that are coming for sale in the next 2 days. That's literally what I'm going to talk about is their work. I didn't do any of it, but I know about it now. So like if you were a buyer, you were a seller, what would you want to hear? Like when you and Brad were buying your house, or Rachel, when you were first starting, like what stuff that you would want to hear? That's how I feel like Katerina really gets people.
People keep asking me, like they'll call me or they'll text me and they keep asking me like, is real estate still happening? Like, are people still buying? And I'm like, yes, I've had 3 like showings scheduled that are being canceled because their house sold. Like, yes, people are still buying.
Talk about that in a nice way. But yeah, talk about that.
I mean, we did, and go and feel free to go on Ashley's realtor page on Facebook and my realtor page. Look at the videos we've done over the past couple weeks and like take notes, be like, okay, they did this and this, and literally just do it in like, it'll be your own because it's you and it's your own words and your own intonation, but just copy them because that's exactly what Ashley and I did. We made each our individual videos that were like, real estate is not closed. Real estate is not canceled.
And like, I didn't even listen to Katerina's before I made mine because I didn't want to copy her. And then if you listen to them, we literally talk about the same thing because great mind thinks alike, great minds think alike. I don't think Daniel's on this anymore, but when we did that summit, I don't know who was there. I know Ben was there. Yeah, and Rachel, when we were there and we sat and that guy talked about social media, Taylor, you were there too. And he was like, what did he say? You guys just said something and it was crazy. And he was like, any content is better than no content. I don't know. I'll have to find it and see if Daniel can resend it to us. But Kat, you weren't there. But his whole thing was about social media and how it's okay to like steal other people's things like that. I mean, it sounds crazy when you say it like that, but someone's going to listen to you talk about it over me. They don't know me. Like your family doesn't know me. They're not going to say, they're going to be like, who's that girl? But if you're talking about it and you're sharing it, they might say like, we know her. Let's listen to what she has to say.
I'll just stalk y'all later this afternoon during that time. No big deal.
I wanted to tell you, I was looking through my phone last night and I have so many pictures and videos that I posted when I first got on the Keaton team and I had no business. Literally nothing. I was like totally making it up. I was holding open houses, which you obviously cannot right now. I was literally just walking in front of homes, like in front of a home that was for sale by somebody on our team. Didn't even go inside and was just making a video about it. I'm like, this is a home. I didn't go inside. I didn't do anything. I'm like, this is whatever. It's this many square feet. Give me a call if you want to come see it. And then I would leave. I'm like, I have pictures of like me going in model homes over by Rivermill and like walking around the property and talking about it on the outside when it was even closed. And like people are just like, they were watching and it made me look like I was actually doing real estate. You just have to make it look like you're doing real estate at the beginning.
Yes.
Until it becomes like believable, but you can make it believable.
That's a huge testimony. The thing that Ashley just quoted, like a lot of major people talk about that. Like there needs to be content. It doesn't matter if you have $1 million listing or you have any listings or no listings. There are people here on your team that do have listings and have stuff going on. And if you're showing houses, or you just said you had 3 showings canceled, like post about that. Be like, just had 3 showings canceled because these houses are already under contract. Like we cannot slow down right now. Like, and Nance did such a good job. And I feel like her sphere reacted so strongly to that because they were like, she's killing it. And I can't even tell you, when I switched over from doing loans to doing real estate, there were so many. Now, luckily, after a few months, things picked up really quick for me. But even in slow times, as long as I kept posting about it, people would be like, oh my gosh, you are killing it. Tyler's friends would like text him and be like, your wife. And it's like, they actually have no idea.
Yeah, they're like, you must be rolling in it. I'm like, when I went through these through these model homes at Giles multiple times, there's different ones. There's like 6 of them, not Giles, Rivermill. They're like, you are so busy. You must be killing it. Everybody's saying that. I'm like, I had sold 1 home. Like
it's going great. It's going fantastic. People want to do business with people who are like real realtors. So if it's not faking it, but it is, it's not fake because you are doing the business, but you do need to put yourself out there and be like, look, I'm in this thing. I'm serious about this.
My goal is I'm doing a virtual showing at like 3:15. So my goal is after I'm done FaceTiming, I'm going to take a video of sorts. I don't know what, but I will do something. That's my goal.
You are going to be a super successful story of someone who got their license the day 1 of the pandemic.
Yes.
I just cannot. Like, I look at my husband and I'm just like, really? We have really good timing. Like, really.
This is going to make for such an awesome testimony. Like, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good.
Y'all are about to see Kyla because she's crying for some reason. Why are you crying? You're supposed to be asleep. Okay, so question. What? Hey, come here, Mimi.
I think this was a good presentation. I'm
very helpful, Kat.
Thank you.
You're the bomb, Kat.
All right, we done?
I'm definitely willing to. Are there any other questions?
I think Ben was asking, I think he put it in the chat maybe the other day or something about how like men can get as much like interaction as like a like when they post videos.
Guys aren't as pretty. We need better content.
I follow Eric Colley a lot. Do you know Eric Colley? Eric Colley? Do you know him?
It like muted you guys out for a second because of how loud it is here. There's nothing in your diaper.
I follow Eric Colley. Have you seen him? He works with Woody Hogg. He does a lot of real estate, but he also does a lot of flips. And so he posts it all. Well, he doesn't do a lot, but he posts like his kids coming with him to different things, and he's super dad, and I don't know him at all, but I think it's interesting to watch him. Like his kids are caulking, his kids are helping him with real estate, his kids are putting in signs. His him doing business with his kids as a dad.
No, that makes sense. And it's good to follow people like that are successful, because then you can kind of like, Mama, you can kind of like look and get ideas too.
Yeah.
Hi, Bubba. Hi. Why are you crying?
So did everybody see the link to that Millionaire Summit video I put in?
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
if y'all weren't there for that, I'm sorry, Duke. Sorry, I was saying if y'all weren't there for that, it was literally all, that was like my favorite one. And I know Taylor got a lot out of it too, because we both followed him on Instagram or whatever. I can't find his name now. I forget the guy's name, but I'll think of it. But
Gosh, I'm blanking.
yeah, I forget his name.
Jeff Cohn?
No.
No.
It was the social media guy, or he said, not Jeff. Anyways.
Jimmy? No.
Yeah, wait, no. Yes, Jimmy Rex. Woo, good job.
Yes.
So, Mr. Jimmy Rex.
Jimmy Rex, yeah.
Follow Elena. His is really good. He's kind of like, you have to get into it, but like he talks about, he's like, literally, I just make stories about what I'm doing or what I'm showing. Like, he's the reason why, like, I obviously like Katerina and the whole team, like being on a team like this, no one's going to judge you and be like, why'd you post that? They're going to be like, heck yeah, girl, way to post something or nothing. Like, you should be like,
it.
what?
It's like you did it. Finally, you just did it.
But yeah, I would go to the link that Duke put in here, and all you have to do is log in with Daniel's email, and it's Daniel like paid for it, I guess.
But it says it's not like the working link. It says you can't find the summit you're requesting.
It should give you 3 links within there. You want to select the Millionaire Summit.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah, that's what it was called. That was like right before.
There we go. Thank you.
Right, guys, I need to go.
Rachel, you look beautiful.
Thank you for making my getting ready process much more interesting.
It's closing time.
Woo! It's going to be outside in their front yard. It's my guy who's a quadriplegic who can't get germs. So we're like all like sitting far apart, but they wanted us to come. So, so cute.
That's exciting for him now.
Yeah, he's so excited. I got my son to go over and cut his grass, and we planted some flowers by the mailbox and put some potted plants around. It was cute.
You're so sweet.
Looks fun. All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, now it changed. Oh,
Now I see 2 people.
now it's just us. Hello.
I am gonna show Kyla a bit of a nature documentary in hopes that I can get her back to sleep, because
She looks so peaceful right now, though.
When did she go down?
1.
Oh, so she barely slept. I'd be like, girl, you got to go back to sleep. Mommy did not have it long enough.
No, our nap is like, there's a minimum in this household and you didn't need it. So
time to go back down. But yeah, Elena, if you go on that Millionaire Summit, there's a lot of really, really long videos, but the one on social media was like the one I got the most out of. We literally sat in Shark Tank and watched them for like 2 days. It was crazy. Okay, bye, Kat.
So you just put in Daniel's email? And
yeah, just type in Daniel at Keaton Co. Yeah, just type in Daniel at Keaton Co. But go on Instagram right now and follow Mr. Jimmy Rex. He's not very cute.
Follow him.
This is him.
I love him.
Yeah, so he's the guy that does it. And if you tag him, he will like, you know how like I tag you and you put it to your story, he'll do that. If you tag him, he'll add it to his story or whatever. If you're like, hey, just watched Millionaire Summit, like I just joined this team, loved what you had to say, he'll re-tag you, like he'll help you. But
I really like him, and I really like gosh, what's his name? The guy who does the Crush It in real estate.
I don't remember
his name.
The people who
Lamacchia.
What?
Anthony Lamacchia.
Oh yeah, I've watched him.
For him, because he is just like, I grew up in New York, and he's like, he speaks my language, like straightforward, like no nonsense. Like I love him. I was like,
you just have to be yourself. Like seriously, if you just post like my videos, I feel like suck, but it's better than nothing. And like like right now, I look like trash, and it doesn't matter what you look like, but you could literally, if you're like, all right, I want to put makeup on and go stand outside or get the golden hour, which is not going to happen because it's probably going to rain. But, sorry, I'm cold. I have the windows open because it's like really stuffy in my office. But, I would seriously just post whatever. Be like, all right, we went on a walk today. Look how cute this neighborhood is. Like, have you ever dreamed of being in a house like this? Call me. I can find you that house. Or like, I got emails today from random like reverse prospecting from this lady.
I got 3 of those, and I don't know what they are.
So it's just, she somehow got your email from Keaton and Company or whatever. Okay. But I'm literally going to talk about that. Like I grew up in Chesterfield. So like there's like Chesden. There's this like $1.2 million house on Lake Chesden. I know nobody that can afford that, but I'm going to talk about it. But then I also have, I don't know where I wrote it down. I also found one that's 300,000, 324, and then 425. Those are more reasonable houses for what people can afford. And they're all over from Richmond to New Kent to Chesterfield. So just pick like where you want to sell at or where you want to focus. Like my big thing is Chesterfield and Powhatan. And then just pick like, all right, well, I live in Mechanicsville. So that's what I want to talk about because I know Mechanicsville best. Like where do you live?
You know where Memorial Regional is?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like 2 minutes from there.
Okay. So yeah. So I mean, you could just be like right here off of 95 or whatever, you know, whatever's close to you. You can just say like you posted the other day, you went to that super cute coffee shop.
Yes.
Stuff like that. Like I was
trying to do that, like support local and like my whole, I've grew up in, like I went to Deep Run, so I grew up in Short Pump. So we know a lot of people out there. All of Brad's clients are out there. So I'm trying to stick with like Short Pump and then like Hanover and make those two like my niches if possible. But like I'm just struggling to find stuff to post. I'm just like today I was like, I'm gonna have to do like maybe like a little walkthrough video and just be like showing this cute house, blah blah blah, random stuff about it. Just to get something like
I would just say like I would stand out in front of and do it on Instagram or Snapchat, and I would just say like, all right, I'm out front of this super cute house. I'm about to show it. It's got this many bedrooms, this many baths, this many square feet. It's in this community, and it's only this amount of money. And always say like only, like listed for only. Like if you want to go see it, let me know. I'm showing it today. I can show it. I'm available tomorrow or something like that. And you can say like, or if you don't feel comfortable going to see it, I can take a video while I'm here now and send it to you. But I need, you know, comment, message, call me, whatever.
Has it worked for you? Like have people ever replied back to you and been like, yeah?
Not always, no. But also I'm not like big like Katerina yet. So like, but with Kat, like if I'm not going to spend money on Facebook right now because I am super poor.
Right now. Brad's not working, the gym is closed, and I'm doing this. So we're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's like I was like, Kat, we got to sell my house quicker than I thought because I had a horrible situation happen with my. Oh, it's still recording us. Awkward. How do we turn it off to stop recording us?
If people want to listen to our
super awesome. All right, I'm gonna hang up and call you back.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.